The only way I was able to sell my business for millions is because I fine-tuned this. I worked on this. It was not my natural strength, Jill. Sparkle, this was not my gift when I started. It was not my gift. I am sparkle, squirrel, let's new project, fun, let's go play. Now, realizing there's no winning and losing, right? So it's a game. I've been playing this game for about 25 years with my students, long time. I'm a little seasoned, Lorena. I'm a little seasoned, Biff. Right? I got some sauce to be Melissa. And so what I want you to know is we're going to rate ourselves on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 means you are not good at it. 1 means you're not good at it. 10 means you're an expert at it. 10 means you're amazing at it. 5 means I know I should be doing it, but I don't do it. How many of you know you have things in your business right now, in your life right now that you should be doing, but you're not doing, right? A lot of us that comes when we're need to work out, that workout thing we're supposed to be doing. We know we need to, but we don't do it, right? Or losing weight. I know I shouldn't eat that, but I want to eat that. So 10 means you've got it down. 1 means not good at it. 5 means I should do it, but I'm not doing it. Now, we do this ongoingly. We do this in my business because I need to see where am I at and where are my holes? Where am I at and where are my holes? This is to find the holes. Put that in the chat. I need to find my holes. Because a lot of you are running around crazy working on the wrong thing. You're working on the wrong thing. That's not getting you the result. How many of you know you've been busy being busy and not working on the right thing? Okay, so put on a piece of paper, get a piece of paper and label it 1 to 10. 1 to 10. See the little, just one, you only need one line, 1 to 10, 1 to 10. I'm gonna go pretty rapid fire. Before you put a number down, let me explain it. Once I explain it, then you can write a number, yes? Now, we all remember in school, you have a sales strategy in place and you know exactly how many leads you need to be in front of to close what you need to close in. You know exactly what to say. You know how to have a strong closing conversation. You're confident and your closing is 50% or above. And rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 means you suck. 10 means you're amazing. 5 means, some days I'm good, some days I'm not. Okay? And then as you do this, I want you to put in the chat box, what's your number? So put in the chat box, what's your number? Because I need you to see you're not alone, because you'll start picking up this thing and start hitting yourself. Like, I don't even know, I suck. I don't want that conversation. So you need to see what other people are doing. Number 2, you have a marketing strategy online and a marketing strategy offline. 99% of our business right now is done all online, 99%. So you have a marketing strategy online, offline. So offline is what, once we're done with this lockdown, how are we getting back out in front of consumers? Online is how am I capturing people to come into my storefront? Your storefront is your website. Your storefront is your Facebook. Your storefront is your Instagram. Your storefront is your LinkedIn. And rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. Number 3, you have your financial goals handled. Your daily, your weekly, your monthly. You know exactly how many units you're gonna sell to get the number you need to get. So you know for the year, you know for the quarters, you know for the month, and you have a 3-year projection and rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. Number 4, your net worth will only go as high as your self-worth. You're working on your mindset. You're working on your inner peace. You're working on yourself personally in your personal development. You know what's stopping you. You know what gets in your way. You're aware of the conversation. You may not be perfect at it, but you're working on it, right? Your personal development, so rate yourself. Number 5, you have a team and a support team. Does not have to be full-time. It could be part-time, right? I have a small but mighty team, but most of my team are independent contractors and they're part-time. Sam and myself are the only full-time. Josie is full-time, part-time, meaning she works for me full-time on a part-time basis. So you have your team and you have your support systems for your team, and rate yourself. Number 6, your operations. Operations this is how we do it here. This is how we collect money. This is how when a new customer comes into our community, how we're supporting them, how we're communicating with them. This is how we close contracts. This is how we communicate with our team. This is our team meeting schedule. We use Trello or Asana or Teamwork PM to house everything inside of your business. If you don't know what those names are, that's okay. Just put a 2, right? If you know what they are and you have that in place, then give yourself a 7, 8. If it's implemented and you use it, it's a 10. So number 6. Number 7, your invitation to purchase. Nothing happens until you invite someone to play with you. Sales is a dignified conversation. Your invitation to purchase is, how am I getting clients to say yes? How am I getting clients to come in? If you speaking is just marketing, that you have a way to invite them to come play with you and you have that down pat. Number 8, very similar to what we did with the quarterly goals, but you have it in every area of your business, in your sales, in your marketing, in your operations, in your finance department, in your leadership. You have goals, and in your goals, you have milestones, and in your milestones, you have targets. And so I want you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. Number 9, you know how to leverage the content that you have. You know how to repurpose that content. You can take that book and create it into a course. You can take that course and create it into a mastermind. You can take that book and create it into a coaching program. You know how to create your content development to make it rain and make the money, and rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. And the last one is your revenue wheel. You're clear on your revenue wheel. You're clear what's the highest income producing activity only you can do. You know exactly what brings you the highest return. You know exactly what is your financial loss leader, right? So my book is a financial loss leader, but I need the book. The book is the lead generator that opens the door. It opens the door to the other products and services that I sell. Okay, so now I want you to add up your score. I know I went through it fast, but it gives you a good idea of where you're at. I want you to add up your score. In an ideal world, this one, Hillary, would be 100. Yesterday I was like, this should be 100. She's like, 6 times 10 isn't 100, Susie. Okay, so I want you to add up your score, and I want you to put in the chat what's your total score that you have. Put in the chat so you know you're not alone. You need to know you're not alone. Put it in the chat so I can see you. Thank you. Brees and Jason, 35. Zena, 60. Dr. Vanetta, 32. It's going 36, going fast. The Amazing Clark's 32. Sandra, 65. Coach Molly is 31. Anna, 70. Awesome. Sheila, 47. Cheryl, 34. Hillary, 49. Mary Jo, 54. Sharonda, 30. Yancey, 29. Kathy Kids, 73. I remember the first time Kathy and I did this, that's a huge growth, right, Kath, from where you were when we first started to where you are. Same thing with Sandra, right, Sandra? The first time we did this exercise, right? So I want you to know that I want you to pick the top one that you're going to focus on. Take your lowest 3 scores. Now, if you're like, Susie, they're all low. Okay. How many of you have that? Susie, they're all low. I don't want to play this game anymore. I don't like this game. How many of you have they're low, right? Okay, let me give you the ones we need to focus on first. I want you to focus on number 3 first, your financial planning. Your financial planning is the foundation. That's going to tell me what my marketing budget is. That's going to tell me who I'm going to market to and how I'm going to market. So the first one I want you to work on is your financial planning. Number 2, I want you to work on your marketing. So number 1 is a financial plan. Number 2 is, where do I go find those people that can pay me that fee so I can hit my goals? Can you see the correlation between that? Raise your hand if you can see the correlation between that. Yes, yes. Okay, great. Then the third thing will be the sales strategy. So the marketing is how. The sales strategy now is what do I need to say? Am I going to do webinars? Am I going to do summits like this? What am I selling? Right? I want you to spend your time, write this down, put in the chat, your highest income producing activity. Your highest income producing activity. See, a lot of you are just going out and selling your book, but the book is $20. So if I'm in front of people, if I'm on a stage, I don't want to just sell my book, because that's not a good use of my time. In an email campaign, right? If I'm doing a podcast and I can't sell, then I'll sell the book. Does that make sense? So you want to spend the time, if I'm on the phone with someone, if I'm doing a webinar with someone, what's the highest income producing activity that I can sell, that I can offer? Sometimes it might just be an appointment that will get them on your book so that you can then do a discovery call. From a discovery call, then we start closing. That's when the invitation to purchase becomes powerful. Yes, yes? Okay, so I want to hear from a couple of you. What are you seeing inside of this? I want to hear from a couple of you that I want you to share. So who wants to share? Let me see someone who doesn't share very often. Whose hand's up? I'm scrolling through the pages. You guys are being shy. You're not shy. People start looking up at the ceiling and become building inspectors. Okay, Jill, and then Melanie, and then Yancey. Okay, Jill, what are you seeing?
Well, my score was a 79.
That is huge. From where we start, where was it the first time you did this exercise?
Like 28 or 30.
Look, I want you to know Jill's been in boot camp, right? She's been at our Big Money Business Summit. She came when it was live in the olden days when we could do it live. That's
Yep. And I've gone through a lot since then.
Yes.
Getting things together. Anyway, what I see where I've really improved, of course, is my mindset. You know, I'm able to focus more now. I have set hours where I come to my desk and work. No distractions. My operation systems, I know that was a weakness before, but I'm getting better at my systems. My invitation to purchase, I put down a 10 because I'm not afraid to ask for the deal. I know how to close a deal. I learned a long time ago, if people aren't going to talk to you about money up front, you're not going to get paid later. So I might as well find out.
That was a diamond she just dropped. If they're not willing to talk about up front, they're not going to pay you, because you told people, right, and then you've chased them. How many of you have had that experience? Like, okay, if I have to chase this person, like,
yeah, you don't want to spend your time chasing.
No, you see.
My content development, that's all getting better. Anyway, I'm thrilled that I got a higher number, and I think I've done this test probably 4 times, because I know I did it off your website, and I'm thrilled to see the numbers keep going up.
Yes.
I learn something new every time I'm on.
I love it. Congratulations, right? You've got to benchmark your wins. Melanie was talking about it yesterday. We got to benchmark our wins. We got to celebrate our wins. Juicy, juicy. Melanie Clark, the amazing Melanie Clark.
First of all, I wanted to say your homework yesterday was so great. I literally in meditation that morning I'm feeling a little overwhelmed. Spirit, where do I need to focus? And your homework took me right back to, we already have the answers. Yeah. The answers are already there. I have them already. And that homework was just like, you have the answers. Go look at your cash calculator. It's all on there. I forgot. Remember I said yesterday in my talk, we lose focus every 7 to 10 seconds. So I already had it. So thank you for that. That was awesome. This again today is great for me. I actually forgot about this assessment. So after I did my goals yesterday, I'm like, okay, I know what my goals are and I know what I'm going to focus on. And this just narrows it down even more perfectly for me. My score is low because I have 3 businesses. So I tend to like flow, go over here, go over here, go over here, go over here. But my score has actually gone up 10 points since the first time that I've done it, which is awesome. So
Melanie, can I ask a clarifying question?
Sure.
Are you lumping all 3 in the assessment?
Yes.
You know what would be powerful is to do each one, do the dental practice, do the coaching practice, do the training practice, right? In divisions, right? To go,
separately.
So we own companies, you guys. So Esther is the same thing. She has multiple businesses. You have the corporation, and then you have these legs, which are divisions. That's what helped me get really clear, because I had several divisions. right? But I was just lumping it all in one, and it is hard. It's like, I feel like I got to go here, I got to go here, I got to go here, I got to go here. And I couldn't get focused.
Yes.
So it'd be great to go, okay, for the dental coaching business, what's this? For the personal development and relationship coaching, what's this? For your
Yes.
training and certification, what's this?
Yes. Well, even just doing this assessment for all of them together is making me focus back on them. And you're absolutely right. I was like, I'm going to break this down for both of them before I start work today.
Yeah.
Because I start my work after you guys today. So I'm like, oh, this is perfect. I'm going to be able to like break down and then be super intentional where I need to be. And something that you said that's really good for me is the sales strategy part and the closing conversation. I've been so blessed that I attract clients I've never had to sell. So I'm learning it. They come to me like, I heard about you. Here's my money. So this is new for me and I'm learning it. And I'm really, really excited about that part because it gives me the power. I'm not just like, oh, where are the new clients at? I hope they're coming. Now I know that I can go out and get them. So awesome.
Yes.
Love it.
Juicy. Give Melanie a big round of applause, right?
Thank you.
I picked one thing I'd like to focus on, homeschooling. Is there a handout available? So I have a free training that goes through all of this with 3 videos, right? So that you can walk through it slowly. I break it out for you. So thank you, Nikki, for saying that so we can support you and support everyone else. Would that be juicy if I give you that? Would that be helpful? All right, so you can continue. It's really been a game changer in my business and a game changer in my clients' businesses because every year, every quarter, right? Every quarter, your business is different. And every benchmark. So a startup business is completely different than a $250,000 a year business. $250,000 business is completely different than a $500,000 business. How many of you, you're hitting those kind of numbers and you say, yeah, yes, that is completely different. $1 million business is completely different than a $2 million business. You think you're just doubling, but it's not. It's now you have new infrastructure. You have new other things that you have to do that you didn't have to do before, or you didn't have to manage as tightly, right? How many of you know that one, right? I didn't have to manage as tightly. And when your team starts to get big, you start to get away from it. So there's got to be infrastructure in place for that. So I want to support you in the infrastructure. So Yancey, where are you?
I think my highest score was on the personal development one.
Yes.
Was on number 4. So I think this year I'm just trying to work on me a little better. So I think that's where I am. The rest of them, I pretty much had lower scores. Though. That's what we're doing here, right?
Yes, that's what we're here for.
Okay.
Yeah, in the history of doing this, I don't think I said it in the beginning, nobody has ever gotten 100. I don't even get 100, right? When I look at because again, we're growing at such an exponential rate, things get broken, things fall down, things get cracked. So it's perfect. If you have 100, you're probably in denial. And then have your team do it because your team will tell you, we do not get 100, right? And it's interesting to see, like, what would Sam's perspective be? What would Josie's perspective be? What would our marketing's perspective be? To see from externally and internally. So you're right on with that, Yancey.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I don't know why my computer says Yancey.
Okay, well,
Alter ego, I guess.
Exactly. Okay, good.
Yeah.
And Ozima just joined GLP last month, right? So he's one of our newest. So all our GLPers, gives him some love and tell him what he's in store for. An amazing, amazing tribe, amazing community. Hold on, because you're going to get all this in play. That's what Kathy was talking about when the first time she did it, and the same thing with Melanie the first time she did it. Mm-hmm. To go, one is just opening our eyes to these are the things we have to have in place to build a 7-8 figure business. Again, I want us all in that 1% club. I want us all in that 1% club. 1.7% of businesses in our country today are hitting that $1 million mark. First, I got to get you to the gross million. Then I got to get you to the net million, right? Gross, and then I work on net. Gross means that all the money that came in. Net is what you go home with. 88% of small businesses aren't having any left over. That doesn't work for me, right? So I want us to build the business muscle where you're grossing and you're netting, like you're having profitability in your business. My coach told me profit is the value I bring to my business. That was juicy. If you're not having profit, you're not managing the business. That's like, ow, slap in the face, Susie. Ow, punch me, Susie. Ow,
Sure.
right? But that's the power. That's the juice of what's happening. Anything else you want to share about that, Zimba?
Yeah, so as far as like the marketing, that's in our business, that's where we've really had difficulties.
Yes.
Sales.
Anybody else? The difficulty in
Big-
marketing, so he knows he's not
big-
alone, right?
Big time. So, and then developing content. I saw you have some stuff there on the revenue stuff. All of those were tools for me. Yeah, financial goals. I think I kind of managed to handle the business sort of okay. So that was like a 5.
Okay,
you
good.
know. Yeah.
Good.
But
NGLP.
otherwise, sincerely, I think you look at it and I'm like, damn, we're really struggling here.
Well, first, and the first part of any change is noticing, right? The French have a saying, the more things change,
Stay the same.
the more they stay the same, right? And so what that means is we might be growing, we might be making more sales, we might be getting out there more, but if we don't put all this infrastructure in place, this is the foundation of our business. If we don't put this in place, then we won't grow fiscally responsibly, right? It could collapse overnight. That's why so many businesses went out of business when COVID hit. 1, they didn't have the financial resources to sustain, and 2, they didn't have the infrastructure to sustain. So my goal through this course, my goal through all our courses is build a financially solid business so that you can build a business to sell it. Now you can sell it to yourself and you can keep selling it to yourself because it's paying you well, or you want to build that business to sell someone else and then you can do another dream. How many of you love that concept? The only way I was able to sell my business for millions is because I fine-tuned this. I worked on this. It was not my natural strength, Jill. Sparkle, this was not my gift when I started. Was not my gift. I am sparkle, squirrel, let's new project, fun, let's go play. And I had to teach myself this stuff. It was so painstakingly hard, right? I would spend more money than I made because I'm like, wait, I made $1 million. Let me spend $1,000,001, right? That's not a healthy business. And so to really dig in, and when times get hard, you have to have that reserve. You have to have that possibility. You have to have that infrastructure so that you can breathe, right? Breathing is essential in business. Yes, yes. Good, good. So I want you to put the value in the chat. So we shared with Jill, Melanie, and Yancey. So the value, right? The financials, Susie shows make it easy. Yes. Right, Sandra? It makes it easy. I want to make it fun and I want to make it easy. So Jason and Brisa just put their budget together for the very first time and sent me their homework. Look, I'll hunt you down. Like, where's your homework? Right? So proud of them. How fun and easy was that, Jason? He's like, I don't know about fun, Susie, but.
Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, it wasn't very fun after seeing the numbers that got spit out because, you think like, oh, I only need this many clients. But as soon as you put it all in there and it spits out the number that, it just adjusts by itself, and it makes you realize, like, you know what, I either need to raise my prices, I need to look at some of where my expenses are at. So it really gets into detail on the things that you really need to be focusing on. So I love it. It's a definitely, something that we need to really analyze and look into to be able to make the right decisions. Yes,
I love that. Right. I don't like it, but I love it. That's
right.
Juicy, right? That's that thin line between love and hate. We all know, right? It is. I hated doing this, but I love it because it empowered me as a business owner to go, wait, I'm not going to spend my time here. If that happens, that's great. But I'm not going to sell a $20 t-shirt. I'm going to sell a $2,000 package, right? If you're spending time with people, it's important to look at what's your highest income producing activity. Boom, boom. That you tweet that, put that out there. And then what is yours, right? What is yours? So your homework for this section is I want you to look at what am I going to focus on this quarter? You can't focus on all 10. If you don't have your financial spreadsheet put in place and you don't have your goals, that's number 1. Number 2 is your marketing. Number 3 is your sales, right? Focus on those this quarter and your life will be forever changed. Juicy? You see